Toyota's chief technology officer questions if Toyota can survive in the coming years. Today, we got so much to talk about, not only about Toyota, but Honda, Hyundai as well. Grab your snacks, your drinks, did I say or drinks, and drinks, buckle in, and let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are excited about the future of Toyota, smash the heck out of that like button. We got so much news today. Before we get into Toyota's questioning their viability as a company in the future, look what Akio Toyoda is doing. Chairman, former CEO, grandson of founder. He's giving a thumbs up to the Honda HR-V. Now, he's also seen in here with Juha Kankkunen, I could be butchering that, a famous race car driver. And check this out. So this is at, hopefully you guys can hear it.
Honda desu.
So he's driving off in the HR-V over there. It's also called the Vezel. It's actually smaller than our HR-V. They call our HR-V either the Vezel or the ZR-V in different markets. So yeah, Akio Toyoda rented this vehicle to go around. I believe it's a Super Taikyu series. He's just kind of looking at the race course and doing other things. So crazy that he rented a Honda. I honestly think he wants to see what the Honda drives like to see if Toyota can learn. Obviously, they're going to be cross-testing these cars anyways at Toyota Research and Development Centers in Japan. But I honestly think Akio Toyoda is just a fan of all Japanese makes and models. He is, I think, one of the highest positions at JAMA, which is a Japanese Automobile Manufacturers Association established in 1967. Ieiji Toyoda was a part of it. Shoichiro Toyoda was a part of it. I mean, Akio Toyoda has been in and out over the years, so it's a big thing for him to represent not only Toyota, but for other Japanese makes and models as well. So that was the fun part. But now let's get into the more serious stuff. Over automotive news, Toyota Chief Tech Officer to radically ramp up R&D efficiency as they need to. Mike Sweers is his name. He's kind of like the father of the new TNGA-F platform. He's a big advocate for Toyota trucks. In a lot of ways, he was also the architect of the new Tundra and all the other F-platform vehicles too. He knows that if they don't think differently, how can they survive? And a big part of that comes down to profits. So North American operating margin languished at just 3% in the quarter, and other regions such as 14% in Japan and up 6.3% in Europe. So United States, North American market is hardly profitable. And you also have to keep in mind they haven't been incentivizing their vehicles due to the lack of volume and a high demand. So if they're actually incentivizing their vehicles, they might not even be at positive here in North America in the past few years. Mike Sweers was promoted to his new position of CTO on July 3rd. And this is what he had to say right off the bat. We are not changing fast enough. Toyota's design is traditionally evolutionary, not revolutionary. This was said at an interview at Toyota's main technical facility outside of Detroit. If you're wondering where this is at, this is their biggest research and development center outside of Japan. It's pretty much in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So there you go. You have it right there. Boom. Just southeast of Ann Arbor, Michigan. And again, can we survive if we don't think differently? We have to be willing to fail at something. And under his leadership, Sweers promises a rebirth of that trailblazing spirit, kind of harkening back to the Prius. It was a big risk for them. It's paid off massively. They have one of the best hybrid systems, if not the best hybrid system out there on the market. And here we go. He promises we're going to have products coming that are revolutionary. That, how far away, right? What are these products? And of course, he's going to pump up his team and father company Toyota here, but what kind of revolutionary products could they be having? I mean, honestly, I have no idea. Let me know down below what kind of revolutionary products would you want a flying car? Do you want solid state batteries and 1,000 miles of range? Like, what is revolutionary, Toyota? Sweers wants efficiency of work to increase 20 to 50%. We have to think differently. We have to think out of the box. And how do we do that without spending everything we got and still be profitable? To me, he's almost got the impossible task, but we'll see what he can do. He's saying Akio Toyota, we just talked about him driving the Vezel around. He's saying there are orders coming straight from Akio saying he's not expecting change. Akio Toyota is demanding change for the company. That's interesting. Like, I know he's chairman, but he's still acting essentially as CEO in a lot of ways. I mean, that doesn't really come as a surprise to me, even though Koji Santo is CEO and is working really hard on the software end of things, as well as the new platform to bring in battery electric vehicles. Sweers kind of refers to a few different technologies that they developed lately that is revolutionary. The new seat, the isodynamic seat in the new Tacoma TRD Pro. Can't wait to test that out. He said it's like essentially you can do crazy things in the truck that you've never been able to do before because the seat has its own suspension system. They also talk about hitchless towing, which I have a lot of questions and concerns about. It could absolutely be done, but will I see hitchless towing in my lifetime? That's almost the question, in my opinion. Is it going to be 20, 30, 40 years from now? We'll see hitchless towing. All right, so Sweers is saying future focus areas for North American R&D will be vehicle software. That's already blazing ahead with budgets higher than Toyota's ever dumped into software before. Electrified drivetrains, of course, from hybrids to electric or battery electric. Lightweighting technologies, that is fascinating, and aerodynamics. His unit, for instance, has offered training and software coding to all its engineers to support the transition to the digital era. So that's interesting. So think of it like this, is like you have a lot of these old engineers are proven, they're reliable, they've helped Toyota create all these amazing products over the years, but maybe they're not as well versed in software coding. Maybe they're not very adept at translating it essentially into the digital world, which everything is going to be digitally created now instead of physically created before it heads to production. So Toyota is investing in their current and proven engineers to try to get them up to speed in the digital era. Is that the best thing to do, or is it best to hire new engineers versed in digital? It's interesting. So let me know down below what you think would be the best option. I'm sure they're doing a bit of both here. Other big news for Toyota. Their former marketing officer, Lisa Matarazzo, has just left for Ford. She's been with the company for 20 years. I've had dinner with her at multiple Toyota events. She's super cool. I last saw her in Kona in Hawaii when she kind of gave the press briefing for the Grand Highlander. So this is a shock to me, but she's probably looking for something different. She's been with Toyota for 20 years. Maybe she also got a fat paycheck from Ford to come on over. I know Ford's been struggling with executive management as well as marketing and press people lately. So yeah, Lisa's ready to take on a new challenge. I don't think this is going to hurt Toyota in any way, in my opinion. It is kind of tough to see someone who I correlated or kind of was the face of Toyota in North America for so long is gone now, and now she's repping for Ford. So just felt like throwing that in there. Let's see what else we have. Okay, this is big news. BMW, Ford, Honda agree to create ChargeScape, a new company focused on optimizing electric vehicle grid services. Okay, we don't have a logo for ChargeScape quite yet, but Honda, Ford, and BMW. This is surprising, guys, because General Motors is not involved here. This is Honda doing their own thing to work with a massive American manufacturer. Well, I guess Honda is as well, but working with Ford. And then you have BMW from Germany. I'm not going to get into this full press release because it is pretty big, but I'm going to go over the bullet points here. So ChargeScape will aim to unlock the full potential of electric vehicle technology through conveniently managed energy services never before possible with gasoline-powered vehicles, benefiting EV customers, electric utilities, and automakers. BMW, Ford, and Honda will leverage years of cross-industry research around open vehicle grid integration platform, or OVGIP, to create a single platform that will seamlessly connect electric utilities, automakers, and their interested EV customers to manage energy usage for a broad pool of EVs. ChargeScape will aim to provide EV customers financial benefits through EV-enabled grid services, as well as reduce EV customers' personal carbon footprints while supporting grid resiliency. A big part of this is sharing the energy in your EV and the battery pack to the grid. I don't see a lot of people interested in doing this, but if we can be educated on it, maybe it can serve the greater good. But that sounds a little too communal and for America, in my opinion. Maybe not for Canada. ChargeScape will enable the smart use of plugged-in EV batteries by securely providing energy data to electric utilities and system operators like aggregated demand response, alignment of charging, and EV battery utilization with off-peak, low-cost hours, and the availability of high renewable energy. What's more exciting to me, though, is if I ever go to Honda's headquarters, they have a new collection hall showcasing Hondas in the United States. And you'll be able to check this out if you're in the Torrance area during Cars, Bikes, and Coffee events starting next month. So we scroll down, you can check out October 21st. It's kind of like right in the middle of the month going forward, as you'll be able to head over to Cars, Bikes, and Coffee at Honda headquarters here and check out some really cool stuff. N600, the first Honda automobile in the United States. Pocket Rocket CRX SI is going to be there. Acura Legend, original NSX. You have the first CRV. You have the Honda Insight there. You have a bunch of cool Honda motorcycles there. Honda power equipment, such as generators and marine engines, and then you have some race cars there as well. So that would be it's pretty much a lobby showroom floor and history museum for Honda, which is pretty cool. All right, we also have some things going on for Hyundai. Hyundai's developing a Tesla-like Giga press. So Hyundai's getting on board with the Giga press. They're calling it hypercasting. Everyone's got their own name for it, I'm sure, but that will benefit them massively. I just drove the new Kona. This is the new Kona Electric, I believe. If you guys missed my driving impressions, check it out. It is the best driving out of the new Konas. It's far superior to the 1.6 turbo, but it depends on what is it going to cost. Does it suit your needs? And to wrap this video up, this is concerning for Chinese automakers over in Europe. EU is considering putting tariffs essentially on Chinese-made electric vehicles because they're undercutting the competition and the local assemblies for European cars, whether it's Volkswagen. I mean, there's so many European car companies, right, that make their vehicles in the European Union, from Polestar to BMW, Mercedes, etc. They want to protect their own domestic products because the Chinese keep growing year over year. They're now up to 8% of total EV sold in Europe in 2023. They're 6% in 2022 and just 4% in 2021. So they're growing 2% year over year. And the EU wants to protect their own brands by slapping a tariff on these Chinese-made vehicles. So we'll see what comes out of this, but it is not looking good for the Chinese automakers. I think a lot of their stock went down with this news announcement too. So what do I have next coming on the channel? Well, I'm going to Japan in mid-October. Before that, I will be driving the Lexus TX, the 3-row crossover. Can't wait to test out that plug-in hybrid powertrain because we've never seen it on a Toyota or Lexus product before with the TX 550h Plus. But I'm excited to test out, see how much better is it going to be than the Grand Highlander. But I got to shut down there. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss all my impressions and hands-on coverage for all those vehicles, Toyota, Lexus, Honda, etc. At the Japan Mobility Show. But thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and peace.